Hey guys, here is the next part for our research paper, which is assignment number 6, paper 2, and this is going to be solutions. Okay, so you've already done your paper about the problem, so you're not going to do a whole lot more with that, but this piece of the paper is going to be your solutions. Okay, so as usual, I have posted your research packet here again. And then when I'm done recording this, at the bottom of this piece, you will have this instructional video. So I'm going to start off by going to slide number 3. Okay, in your research packet, and you'll see now that we have this assignment number 6 link that is open. So if I click on that, that is going to bring you to something that should look familiar. This is the overview of the paper itself. We had one just like it for paper number 1. So this one is going to detail assignment number 6, which is the argument of the solutions. Okay, so this one is a little bit longer. This one is going to be 750 words. So it's 2 to 3 pages. Okay, where you are going to discuss 3 different solutions that could potentially solve your problem. Okay, so you're going to present what your solution is. So when it says present your claim, that means what is your solution? And then you're going to give evidence and specifics of what the solution has and how it's going to solve the problem. So you can see here it's discussing the other 5 W's. So the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each solution. So who is the solution going to affect? What does the solution do? Okay. Then you're going to prove that the solutions are feasible. That means, is it possible? Okay. With this idea of feasibility, you're going to look at money, so financial, legal. Is it legal to do this? Okay, you can't tell me that to get rid of world hunger, we're going to, kill half the population. That is not legal, nor is it moral. You cannot murder people. Okay, so it is not morally possible. And then, is each solution capable of being carried out? So you also probably can't argue that we could send people to Mars, because that is not capable of being carried out at this time. Okay, so that's kind of the overview. If I go to the next page, these are just your guidelines. Again, 750 words. You do want to have your introduction and your conclusion. You're going to follow MLA format, which is the double-spaced, typed, Times New Roman, 12-point font. You should have 3 clear solutions that will possibly solve your problem. Okay, and then you're going to use 3 to 5 sources. I'm going to add to this to help you that you want to include 1 new source in your paper. So you have 3 or so sources that you used in your last paper. You can definitely go back to those, but you do want to continue adding a couple sources here and there. So you want to add 1 new source to this particular paper. Okay, and again, I should see those sources through summary, paraphrase, or direct quotation with your in-text citations and a works cited page at the bottom. Okay, again, you want to make this objective voice, so it should not be I, me, my. It should be third person. And then you have a checklist, okay, kind of at the bottom here. So if we go through, it gives you step 1. So you want to make sure that you find your sources. Step 2 is a worksheet, and I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Step 3 is to do your set up your Google Doc and then fill in your outline. And I will have a separate video that shows you how to set up your doc and do step 3 and 4. Okay. Then step 5 is to use this worksheet up here in step 2. Okay, and I'll show you this in a minute. Then you're going to use your outline. And I have here an example. I remembered to put it in this time. So I will go back to that momentarily. The rest of these steps, after you have created your 750 word document, you need your works cited page. Edit instructs you how to do those page breaks, and I'll show you again in the separate video. Okay, and then editing and revising, making sure you have all the information that you need to know. Did you cite all your sources? Do some editing, and then turn it in on Canvas. Okay, and then here is your checklist. Again, you're going to have your introduction with a hook, bridge, and a thesis. You're going to have body paragraphs that discuss your solutions. You do want to focus on pros and cons of solutions and discuss if they're feasible, if they're possible to do. You want to have a conclusion. Make sure you have 3 to 5 sources, that you have revised your essay and edited it for punctuation and spelling. This is where you could put it through Grammarly or No Red Ink if you wanted to. You want to make sure that you have all your MLA format information, your header, your heading, title, your paragraphs are indented, it's double spaced, you're meeting the word count. Your pages are each page, so you have your outline on a separate page, document on a page, and the works cited on a separate page. This should say 3. So you want 3 sources cited, your hanging indents, and your works cited is alphabetized, and then you've got your information here about your outline. Okay, so now if I go back to your first couple steps, I want to show you these worksheets. So yes, these worksheets are required. It's just like you did for paper 1. So if I click on this and I open it up, it's going to ask to make a copy, so definitely make your copy. And I'm going to ask you to put your name and your topic up here at the top, okay? And this is basically going to break it down for each solution. So you've got solution 1, who created the solution, who is responsible for making the solution happen, who is saying this solution is going to work, okay? So you're going to give a couple sentences here. Hopefully you can put in evidence from articles. And then over here, you're going to put in your citations. So you're going to put like Smith, page 5. You're going to explain what the solution is. When would the solution happen? So that means, like, are we looking at 5 years from now because we need technology? Is it something that we can do right now? When do you think the solution is going to start happening? Where is the money going to come from for the solution? Why? Sorry, there's a typo. Why is this solution going to solve the problem? Okay, so how is it going to solve the problem? Is it going to stop something? Is it going to start something? Is it going to change something? And then how is this solution feasible? Okay, so that's how those are different. Okay, how is this feasible? So that's where we're going to look at like moral and legal issues. Okay, so is it morally and legally feasible? Then at the bottom, you've got a section to look at your pros with citations and your cons also with citations. Now, if you have more cons than you have pros, this is probably not a great solution, okay? And so your last question here is, how reliable is this solution based upon your pros and your cons over here? And then the worksheet just does the same exact thing for solution 2 and the same exact thing for solution 3. Once you have that filled in, yes, you are going to upload that. I will have a spot for it. Then you can go in and do your Google Doc and stuff like that. Okay. But here is example for paper 2. Okay. So if you click on that example link, it will open up. Okay. And so again, it's got your heading and your header. Okay, that is standard MLA format and that does not change. Then it's got a title here. You've got your introduction. Okay, you've got a hook, a bridge, and a thesis. So your thesis is right here. And it's now saying water scarcity is a problem that requires a practical solution. That could still be the same thesis that you used in your first paper. Okay, then our first solution, I have highlighted it just so you can see it. You do not, however, need to highlight anything in this paper. But here is solution number 1, okay? So wastewater management, it gives some evidence, and then we've got some explanation of what's going on down here, okay? And you'll notice that the paper is kind of organized by solution. So body paragraph 1 is solution 1. Then we go to a second one, which is solution number 2. It's called roundabout water solutions. And so we again have some sources here, and we have some explanation about why this will work or why it's going to help solve the problem. And then we've got solution number 3, which is government regulation. Okay, and so again, we have sources, and we're explaining why and how this solution will work to solve the problem. Then we end here with our conclusion, and then our works cited, okay? And each one of our works cited pieces is alphabetized, and you'll notice that we have it indented a certain way, okay? And then this one has the outline at the end. If you put yours at the beginning, that is also fine with me. It doesn't matter as long as they're on separate pages. So notice that there's some blank space down here. I'm not starting the outline or anything here. I'm going to a brand new page and I'm filling in, here's my hook. It's just kind of a recap of the problem, my bridge, my thesis, and then I'm going through solution 1, solution 2, solution 3, and I'm using the information from that works cited, or not works cited, from the worksheet, okay? And then I'm filling in the information from the conclusion. Okay, so I will also link this copy so you can pull it up and look at it and not just in the video, but that is your example paper. Okay, so that is assignment number 6, and that is going to come from this assignment number 6 link right here in your research paper packet that is in your directions for today.